Hello everybody, this is 99 Career here, and welcome to Defend the Train. As this video uploads, this is the only video of a guide. Fantastic! And so, in this video, we'll have a starter guide of what to do, of what the controls are, how the game works, and simple mechanics that some players might not know, and as well as some general tips for getting better at the game. And so, before we begin, my Discord server has finally been made. Join it now, unless you're under 13, which stay away please. Anyway, let's get straight into the video. Do note that this game is still in beta, so stuff might change in the future. Anyway, first thing, the controls. And yes, I'll be going over the PC controls, because I don't hate myself, and I'm not a child playing on mummy's iPad. So, WASD to move, and space to jump. You know, standard Roblox controls. Now on to some unique controls. Left shift to sprint. There's also this yellow bar down here, where it shows your health, and the yellow bar shows how much stamina you've got. Also, jumping does make stamina go down faster. Next is to crouch with X. Makes you move slower, and less easier to hit. Next is left control, and you will shift lock, which is absolutely hilarious because you usually shift to shift lock. But that's if you want shift lock on, of course. You can turn it off through the Roblox settings. Also, some weapons do force you to be on shift lock mode. For example, the gunslinger's leverage and the quick shot rifle. Next is pressing E to interact, for example with shops and doors. Wait, and the final one I want to go over is to press R to reload. Which makes sense, because, you know, guns don't have infinite ammo. And as well, that's if you want to reload early. As you deplete your ammo, you will automatically reload. And as well, if you think these controls are awkward, you can go into the settings and you can actually change them however you like. And so now, how does the game work? Simple. Defend the train. Get it? By shooting enemies, trying to destroy the train and your teammates and yourself. And depending on the game mode, for endless, trying to see how many waves you can survive before the train explodes, and or all the players have been defeated, or campaign and trying to get to the end with the best possible rank without dying and the train getting destroyed, or even failing the mission. There's also game modes, but I'm going to be honest, they deserve their own video. And remember, this is a big thing to say, stay at the back. And you might be wondering, why? Why should I stay at the back? Yeah, that's why. If the front of a train gets destroyed, everything behind it will get destroyed. So basically sabotaging your own team. And plus, the entire game has been saying, stay at the back. Even the advertisements, even the game will say move to here if you go at the front. And as well, your teammates probably saying it. I always say it when I see someone at the front, as you're basically being a hindrance to the team. So one more thing I'd like to go over before the classes is the shop. Every time you finish the waves, the two shops will open. The one on the left, which is the class upgrades, will upgrade your weapons to do, for example, more damage, carry more ammo, or reload faster. Of course, every weapon has different upgrades. And the right shop is the train upgrades. This is where you can upgrade your train's defense and speed, but only for the wave. But some things are permanent, for example, the doors opening for certain trains. But do remember, you can only upgrade when you have enough XP. XP is when you defeat enemies. And it's where you kind of have to balance between upgrading your weapons and upgrading the train for the next wave. There's also one more shop. The cosmetic shop, which is run by this guy, who's wearing purple. This is where you get cosmetic stuff like skins, weapon skins, and even unique weapons. They can only be able to level up, so you get it for free, or you can buy them early. And as well, every time you beat a wave, you get cash. And as well, the maximum level is 30. But talking about unique weapons in the shop, they'll all be in their own separate videos when I go across them. For example, all the classes, and as well, all the trains. And talking about classes, let's go over them. So now let's go over all three of the classes. All of them has strength and weaknesses. So let's start with the one you're probably starting off first, the Gunslinger. The Gunslinger is an offensive class, where their main weapon is mostly assault rifles and sniper rifles. Your main target is the enemy drivers and passengers. You must have precise aim to be able to take them out effectively. But as well, it's kind of difficult as they keep constantly moving as they're in their own vehicles and you're on a train. But if you really want to excel, you gotta be very accurate and try and make every bullet count. and especially you'll do double damage when you headshot. And oh yeah, I forgot to say, you don't have infinite ammo, and the only way to refill it is these green boxes on the train. And also, every class has a secondary, which is this pistol, as the stock, by the way, which can assist other classes. As for Gunslinger, you cannot damage vehicles that well. You can use it to assist your Psycho friends by damaging the vehicles for them. And of course, vice versa. And talking about Psycho, the Psycho class. The game says it's a defensive class, but it's just as much an offensive class as the Gunslinger. Their main weapon is shotguns and explosives, and your main target is vehicles themselves, especially vehicles with enemies in them. You might have realized that the enemies have a green health bar and a blue health bar. The blue health bar is the vehicle health, and the green health is for the passengers and the driver. But when you do destroy the vehicle, that means every single passenger and the driver itself will die with it. But do remember, your main weapon is a shotgun, and so it's very inaccurate, and sometimes the enemies are quite far away, making it even more harder to hit them, so you sadly might not make maximum damage when you do fire at vehicles. But as well, this goes to both classes, enemies are designed to be defeated by one certain class, or both depending on the situation. So don't just main one of the classes and just hope for the best. People pick the opposite. And talking about a class that people don't like to play, the medic. Let's be real, you need a medic on your team, as the enemies do shoot you as well, and you do take damage, but you do not regen health. This is where the medic comes in, as the medic is the only way to get health back, not including certain secondaries. And as well, I'll tell you this, it's better for the players to get hurt, as you can instantly heal them, than the train, as the train cannot get health back, which is kind of the point of this game, to be honest. But how many medics should you get? If you're on a team of 8, I would recommend 2 medics maximum. And if you want a third one doing a certain scapegoat strategy, you can have 3. But do remember not to have too many medics, as the main weakness of the medic is its lack of firepower. And if you're the last one left and you're a medic, you can't really do much, as you can't even heal yourself, not counting a certain secondary. And just to tell you now, the heal gun, medic's primary, is the best healing tool in the game. Although some people beg to differ, but the heal gun is the most consistent, and I'll say it's the best weapon for the medic. You will understand why when I get over the medic weapons. So that's all 3 of the classes. And before I go into general tips, do remember that you can play all 3 classes whenever the intermission starts. All 3 classes do have a role to play, and you should not neglect any of them. Again, you might have a favourite, but you won't get very far if anyone doesn't switch to a different class to accommodate the wave. For example, if there's only 1 medic, switch to medic to have 2. If most enemies seem to be vehicle related, switch to Psycho instead of Gunslinger. If one Gunslinger is underperforming, switch to Gunslinger to help support that Gunslinger. And as well, so on and so forth, depending on the situation and what players you have in your team. But do remember to have fun at the end of the day. General tips. So when I say stay at the back, do also stay on top of the train, so it doesn't get damaged too much, as if you hide down below, some stray bullets that don't hit you might hit the train, and you know that's really bad. Another tip, before the wave starts, look at the icons up here. You'll see the background of those icons will have a certain colour. Blue is for Gunslinger, orange is for Psychos. Anything else? And oh my god! Next tip, when reloading, you can switch to your secondary weapon and keep firing. But also, as you're firing with your secondary, your primary will be reloading while it's happening. And so you can switch back and forth and keep consistent fire. But remember, you can run out of ammo very quickly. There is ammo box on the train, and I recommend you quickly sprint towards the ammo box, reload both your weapons if they're both empty, and then run back to the top and the back of the train. This is where I only recommend going out of your way from the back and top of the train. Next tip, I recommend not buying the weapons in the cosmetics shop, as you can get them for free by leveling up. Also, as you level up, it will get cheaper as well. But also, I think the stock weapons are the best and most consistent of all the weapons in the game. And my last and biggest tip is to go over here to this guy in the corner. Or if you're dead, he's right here. If you go talk to him and pick training, you'll be at a shooting range, which we can pick any gun, no matter what level you are, with some extra features like this green room here, and even the meme weapons you can get from April Fools. I recommend you mess around in here to see what gun works for you, and of course, each and every single class. And that is all the tips, and as well, the end of the video. And there you have it. The first video of Defend the Train. And, well, up to my knowledge, the first guide ever on YouTube. So I hope you enjoyed that. So what's coming up with my channel? Well, my next video will not be on any guide. It will be on this Roblox Kart League that I happen to be in, and as well recorded all the gameplay that I've played. And some of the people watching this video is probably waiting for that video to happen. So stay tuned for that. But maybe in between, I might make 2 and or 3 videos while it's in the process. And just in case you're wondering, the next Greenwich Nights update, a Q&A announcement, and finally Roblox Adventure 3, Rise of Anubis, the final episode. So yeah, 4 videos planned before my next guide video. So the Greenwich Night update and the Roblox Adventure 3 video was kinda inevitable, but the Q&A was supposed to be a thing for my 2,000 subscriber special. And if you check my subscriber count now, I'm already a quarter of the way for 3k. So I bet I get to 3k before I even make the Q&A video. Well, I do hope you stay around and wait until the videos are ready. So now let's end this video properly. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord server because that's a thing now. And bye. Have a great time.